I loved art, but we were not meant to be. My love with it wasn't mutual, at first. But here is the story of how I forced art to love me. My mother is a school teacher and my father was an electrician. My parents both lived in the same humble neighborhood during the 80s where they met. He is from south of Spain and she is of French and Algerian descent. They were a million miles away from the artistic world. Well, 225 kilometers away to be precise. It was impossible for me to imagine having a career in fashion or in art because of how far you are from culture, events and contacts. But it was the job of content creator that proved me wrong. It turns out it even became an advantage. Even though we were far from the capital and the art world was quite out of reach, at the age of 8 I wasn't really aware of that. And that's probably what gave me such unwavering motivation. From 4 to 18 years old, I pursued the most conventional and safe course of study from society's perspective. A general cursus that ends with a social and economy diploma at the end of high school. It was the safest plan that would allow me to choose what I wanted to do when I knew. The truth is, I knew what I wanted to do since I was 10 years old. To draw. This interest translated into several ideas for future careers: fashion designer, comic book illustrator, cartoon creator, fashion designer again, advertising. I was the kind of child who knew all the TV commercials from the 2000s by heart, graphic designer, and so on. I have little doubt about the origin of this passion. My dad. He died when I was 10, but he had time to pass on his passion for drawing to me before he left. And this passion for illustration leads me to falling in love with art and design. I also think it was this unexpected turn of the events that led my mother to encourage me and believe in me to pursue art studies in a society where, let's be honest, it was the least secure career path. I have always been very grateful that, coming from a background where having a job to pay the bills was already a great opportunity, she allowed me to try my luck in a field where there were so few chances to succeed. And also, and mostly, despite the fact that at this period, my drawings looked like this. Anyway, thanks to the hope my parents had in me, I entered a design school in east of France. When you come from economic and social sciences 9 hours per week, knowing that it will be replaced by fashion and graphic design sounded like a dream. I was so grateful to be here and absolutely in love with what I was studying, but I wasn't the best student of my class, especially the first years. My art and design culture was minimal and I had to learn a lot. But I was so fulfilled to do this that even if I was far from being a great student, I knew I would end up working there. So I worked and graduated with a bachelor in graphic design. The thing is, that was not enough. All my school friends were going to Paris, signing up for 2 more years in order to achieve the Holy Grail, a master's degree. I couldn't do that. Renting a Parisian apartment on top of the cost of tuition was impossible. Once again, my dream was distancing me. So I looked at all the options, and the one that seemed most obvious to me was this: getting back living at my mom's house, doing internships, gain more experience in graphic design. I didn't expect to find something easily, but I got very, very lucky. Here is my 4-leaf clover. Her name is Clémence. She is an art director working in the great country of Luxembourg, not far from my mother town. One day, Clémence posted a job offer. The small studio she was working at was searching for a new member. It was a 7-month contract that could potentially be extended indefinitely if everything went well. I applied and got the job. Not an internship, not for free, a serious, fully paid adult job in the field I had studied for. And it changed my entire life because it's from this job that I met all the important person in my life today. Of course, this story doesn't end here. We are still far from what I'm doing today, but now you know where I come from. And next time I'll explain how I ended up on YouTube.
If you were a river in the mountains tall, the rumble of your water would be my call. If you were the winter, I know I'd be the snow, just as long as you were with me when the cold winds blow. All I want is you, will you be my bride? Take me by the hand and stand by my side. All I want is you, will you stay with me? Hold me in your arms and sway me like the sea. If you were a wink, I'd be a nod. If you were a seed, well, I'd be a pod. If you were a floor, I'd wanna be the rug. And if you were a kiss, I know I'd be a hug. All I want is you, will you be my bride? Take me by the hand and stand by my side. All I want is you, will you stay with me? Hold me in your arms and sway me like the sea.